do it.
Oh,
let's do it. Let's do it.
Yes, you thought we was gonna leave you hanging. You thought we was gonna leave you hanging, folks. We are here. We are back. It is a brand new episode of the JasVynce Show. What's happening? I'm Vince.
I'm Jasmine.
And we are obviously not on our couch.
Right.
In Los
Our
Angeles.
beautiful couch.
Right now. We are currently, where are we at? I keep forgetting.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina. I like it. So, today we're here to talk about episode number 14.
Is that right?
I think so.
14 or 15?
It's called Roll in the Hay. On this episode of Married at First Sight, the couples go on a ranch retreat to bond. See how that bonding goes. Have fun and strengthen their relationships with one another. Obviously, that's why you go on the retreat. All right. Some marriages thrive, while others might not survive. Who could not be surviving in these wonderful marriages, Jasmine? Who could it be?
Everybody.
Everybody. It don't look like
for Girla.
Girla has been
chilling.
Has been doing her thing. Would you like to start with Girla? Is there anything specific that we had from this episode that stood out about them aside from them being so
Mirla had me dead when she was walking into the farmhouse and like all the way almost tripped.
She did. She went down. I
was like, oh.
Shout out to Mirla. I'm just gonna put up a cute picture of them because
Mirla and Gil was chilling this whole episode because they ain't have no drama.
Right.
Mirla was over there drinking her water like, oh, so tell me all the tea, all the issues you have with your husbands that water. I don't.
It was definitely
I don't know what it was, but she was drinking some.
She might have been drinking last time. You know what I'm saying? But yes, Mirla E. Gil, amazing job still. They still got random tension about things, but I feel like, again, their communication is just
great. So there was one part where, what did they do? They did horseback riding?
They did.
And she said something like, oh, this could have been better or something, she said. And he was like, can I speak freely? Like, he basically said, I don't like that.
He's like, you can't get me mad. See, I told you, we in a different, so I got to do, hold on, now I got to remember how to change my computer screen. There we go. Now we hear, it's going to be a very unorthodox show for y'all today. I'm just putting that out there. We ain't got
now we here?
We ain't got no cameras. We ain't got no microphone. We ain't got no nothing out here. We ain't got no nothing. But yeah, go ahead about Mirla.
So basically, he basically told her, you bring down the mood sometimes with like some of the negative-ish things that you say. Mm-hmm. And he said, I don't know what his wording was, but he was basically saying, are you receptive to what I said or are you offended? And she's like, I hear you and I understand. And I'm like, I love that. He's like calling her out, but not trying to like ruin the mood by calling her out, but also making sure that she's understanding that it's coming from a place of love.
Love.
Yes, love, and not friction.
Love is a very hard place to get to.
It is.
And I apologize in advance if y'all see more random notifications that come up on my phone screen that we're using for side camera right now. But I didn't have nothing to say about Mirla and Gil. I like how they instigated some things. Gil still his old self joking around with everybody. Lots of couples and group activities in this. Love the retreat. For some reason, every time they get to the retreat, though, it's always drama.
But normally they go to the retreat and they play that game like who knows who the best.
Right.
Did they do that?
The Married at First Sight, Guess Who, or whatever the name of the game was called.
They did the superlatives is what they did.
Superlatives.
Yeah, superlatives is like most likely to this.
Married at First Sight, most likely was the name of the game. Yes.
Yeah, but they normally do like a thing, and then the couple that doesn't like each other the most is usually the one that wins the game because they've been paying attention to each other.
I feel like it was a little, I hear what you're saying. It was more, producers know what they're doing. It was more geared towards the beef this time around.
Yeah, it definitely was. It was petty as hell.
What was it? Now that we're on it. All right, so I was going to say before we even started recording, because the couples were always so close together, I don't know if it makes sense. We can still do couple by couple, but they were all together a lot of times. So since we're jumping ahead to the superlatives, as Queen Jasmine calls it, the shade was real in this game, folks. Married at First Sight, most likely. The shade was very, very real. Who's having kids first? I thought Rachel was a good response.
Yeah, I was thinking Rachel too.
Right. Who is most likely to end up in rehab? Was that the question?
Yes.
Who is most likely to end up in I wonder.
Johnny?
I wondered. That's what they said.
They said Johnny.
They said apparently he made a joke about snorting some stuff.
They said he has this thing where he'll be like sniffing, like strong sniffs or something.
I thought it was just because he's pissed at Bao. I thought that was his every time. Now she want to cook gourmet meals for everybody. Okay.
She was not playing. She was chefing it up. She volunteered to flex on him.
Bao. Shout out to you.
Yes.
Shout out to you, Bao.
Wow.
More superlatives in most likely. I forgot what Mirla's was. Mirla, everybody voted.
Most likely to leave a party early.
It was. It definitely was. Either because she's not feeling it, because that's how Mirla operates.
That's just how it is. You be at a party, you used to being in your own home, in your own space, and you be ready to go.
She be in the zone. Or I can see her leaving a party early maybe because she had too much of a good time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I love that. I'm sorry. I love that. I love that little gift right there. All right. Who else got roasted a little bit? Drama Queen. A few people put Johnny on that one. A few people put Mirla, Gil for some reason. I think Mirla put Gil actually. But Johnny earned that one.
Is definitely a drama queen.
Bao once again taking these shots out here. What's my Bao picture? Oh, Bao. All right. Anywho, she's taking these shots out here. She drew a little crown on top of Johnny's
she did,
and stuff like that.
He's the king of.
It was good. I got way too many gifts in here now. That's what it is. I'm like, where's Bao?
Okay.
All right, I have Bao, and this was actual Bao.
Yes. Got it, babe. We got it.
Thanks.
We got it.
My gift naming system. Sorry. All right, and there was one more. Most likely to be petty. This is where it got real. Rachel. No. Brett, because I know that her name is Brett and his name is Ryan. She was like, I think she read the question and Ryan immediately was like, "Why are you looking at me? Why I gotta be petty? Why you looking at me?"
She said, "I wasn't looking at you."
So who's the most petty of the bunch?
You know who it is.
I'm curious.
Hurricane.
I think
five.
people said Rachel or Ryan. I think it was a little bit of both.
I'm pretty sure they said Michaela.
Yeah. Michaela the Hurricane, and we'll talk more about
because Gil said, I feel like she would be vindictive and calculating. Yes. I was like, ooh, those are harsh words, but it's true. She was like, yeah, that's me. Like, I'm like,
big petty.
Why are you excited about this?
Hurricane.
That's not a good thing.
Category 4. Talk to me.
It's not a good thing.
Like, you seem like you take the remote batteries out and just throw them somewhere or something. Or out the.
What did she say? She said take the batteries out the smoke detector. I'm like, oh no, you trying to kill him.
KK.
She's crazy.
KK. She's a little bit crazy. And that was just.
We'll come back to that.
Again, that was just the game that they played. We talked about Marilyn and Gil a little bit. Would you like to talk about Rachel and Jose, who I've got nothing much about, aside from the fact that they were probably like, "Oh, are you peasants having problems over here? They got a little beef. We haven't heard any of their actual issues because of the overwhelming issues from the other couples. But
we haven't gotten much from them at all.
Ever since she got locked out, that was about it.
Yeah, that was their main drama, and it looks like they worked through it, so good for them.
They did a good job.
Who we gonna talk about next?
Let's talk about Brett and Ryan, who I'm positive Brett is the female.
Yes, she is.
Positive. Brett and Ryan have been going through some issues also. I think Ryan, who's the guy, at one point even said, I'm actually really glad that stuff heated up because it kind of took some of the attention off. It kind of took some of the attention off of us and whatever we had going on. They were having, I think I had wrote down at one point, because they were arguing over sleeping on the couch, I think. Ryan, still got it mixed up. Ryan had said, yo, yeah, I think it makes sense for us to sleep in the same bed tonight. Brett like, boy, we ain't slept in the same bed since.
She did look at him like that. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? And I think Bao and Johnny were going through the same thing as well.
First of all, I thought it was weird that they were all sitting there discussing how they don't. Yeah, we don't want to sleep with our spouses that's sitting right next to us.
Michaela and Zach.
So how are we gonna figure this out?
Also going through the same thing a little bit. Yeah, it's looking bad.
So basically, Ryan was like, he will sleep with Johnny. I'm like, both of these men will prefer to sleep with each other to get away from their wives than to be direct.
It's weird.
It's clownery. So basically what we got from Ryan is that Brett called him out and said, your words are saying that you want to work on things and your actions are saying the opposite. And she basically not with it. Basically.
And your face is saying nothing.
Yes. And then he had the nerve to get upset and was like, what did he say? He said conflict or something. And like, Brett was so calm and direct talking to him. She didn't say it in front of anybody else. They were like outside having a private conversation. She communicated effectively. She didn't yell. She said how she felt. She said, this is the action that made me feel this way. This is the most communicative that we've seen Brett be.
I think she might be at a level of over it, and also being surrounded by the girls. I think it helps her to like get her, her blinders on and actually focus on, all right, we're only here to talk about our marriage. And because I've been focusing on other stuff and other things that have been going on in his life, now that we're just here in each other's faces and everybody else is here to do the same thing, it might start to show a little bit more that, this really ain't really working like that, sir. I don't know why you would recommend that we stay in the same bed. How has intimacy been between Brett and Ryan? Have we gotten...
What intimacy?
I didn't think so.
It's no intimacy. Moving on.
To talk about my friend Bao Bao. Now,
Bao has gotten her woman power back. She's a woman.
I think... Has she got her woman power back?
Yeah, she said... What did she say? I forgot what she said. I was hyped though, because she was giving all that energy. She was giving it to us.
She was giving down with Johnny energy. Is that what?
Yeah, she was basically like, he's a drama queen,
yes.
And I said that I wouldn't tolerate someone treating me this way, and she felt like she's lost herself in this process, and that's why I was not feeling when Pastor Kyle was saying, "Oh yeah, just pour more into him" last time, because I'm like, she's been pouring into this man and he's not reciprocating. So at that point, the problem is him.
Poo on you.
Yes. Johnny. So, yes, Bao, get you a new man. Maybe Zach.
Get him a new.
Who knows?
Are we talking about that? Has the cat been let out of the bag?
That's just rumors. I don't know if that's true.
Is it rumors, or does she have her eye on
the
someone
prize?
Special? While she was poking her.
Okay.
While she was the only one that was up. No, other people were up.
But let's acknowledge this. The other people were outside.
Right.
And then on top of that, Bao said that she grew up and her dad was an alcoholic when she was younger. That was probably very triggering. And also on top of that, and this is why I don't do couples trips.
Right, okay.
They was full-blown arguing. Don't do this.
I was like, back up, yeah.
Don't do this.
I moved Bao off
couples trips. Vince is annoying.
I moved Bao off of your head on purpose, and you got in the Bao.
So anyway.
All up in the Bao.
You would think that Michaela went off. And they it's one thing to be arguing on a couple trip, but be discreet about it. Running all through the house and arguing out in front of other people is uncomfortable for them. Like, it's selfish to me. I think it's selfish. Because if you really had something to say that needed to be said, you could have said it respectfully and not cause the whole scene. But now, Michaela went off. She went off on Ryan was talking to him crazy too. It's just a lot. And I hate to see black women portrayed like that on TV, but I can't even say portrayed because there's no amount of editing that would make it look like it looked.
Is there? Now, when you talk about being portrayed as a certain way, are you referring to the hurricane? Woo! It's like, yo, he's gone. He's gone. What can we do?
Yikes.
There's nothing we can do. He's out. He's gone. Woo! Pop!
If I do all that, I got a bruise on my hip for a week.
Big facts.
I'm like, your hip don't hurt.
Big facts. She hurt. Oh, but what's happening? What's happening in this room right here? What's going on? Is she calming down? No. She's not calming down. Crystal got to get her up. Got to hemp her up out of.
Oh.
Ooh.
But let's acknowledge the fact that she told Zach, she said, leave now. And then as soon as he left, she started getting upset. She told him, she told him to leave. Then she told him, I think you should sleep here and then get up and leave. But you already told that man to leave. You can't be mad that you said something and he did it. That's juvenile as hell.
I will say, I mentioned this to you last night. I did not enjoy how, and this has been going on for a while. When she gets upset, she F-bombs all over the place. I'm like, bro, can you talk to me in a controlled, calm, civilized manner, please? That's all I appreciate. Just don't do that. There's no need to. You know what I'm saying? My man is chilling. He's like, are we really doing this again? She doing all this and that. And yeah, again, he had said, I guess at one point, I'm not necessarily feeling this. And then she took it upon herself to say, get on the body.
But let's remember which switched for the day.
Go ahead.
The conversation they had during the day outside. And he's like, yeah, he proposed getting a divorce and then seeing if they could, like, basically start their relationship from the beginning.
In public?
Without the cameras, because of the pressure that it adds.
Mm-hmm.
I understand what he's saying.
No, I'm talking about, did he say that in public?
No, he didn't say it in public.
It was just them.
It was just them two. Right. But I understand what he's saying, but it also doesn't make sense. Who's getting a divorce today?
He's being hopeful. That's it. He's being hopeful. Or trying to save face.
I think it's a little bit of all of the above.
It's very possible.
I think that he thinks that the pressure is really because of the cameras, but I think that,
and it is,
the pressure is there's a lack of maturity in communication on both of their parts, actually.
The biggest effect.
But she's just more loud and outwards and coming off more aggressive, which he seems to be like more laid back. So he's gonna retreat, like. You're telling him to retreat, and you're giving him all the signs that you want him to retreat. Right. And then when he retreats, you lashing out. It doesn't make sense.
It's very true. It's very true. Something you just brought up that I kind of, we've probably touched on this in past seasons, but because of the cameras, I do feel like if there is any type of stress or trouble or struggle between the couple, I feel like, and we can definitely see this with at least Johnny, maybe not Bao, maybe a little bit. But they do this thing where it's like, don't you see what's happening to me? Like, they like, you know what I'm saying? They almost cater and pander to the cameras to say like.
Yeah, I don't like that. So, when they were doing like the camera thing. So Michaela just said like, it's giving, remember the Boston season, John and Molly. You don't remember what I'm talking about? John is the one that dated Jessica, the expert, and she left the show.
Yeah.
So
forgot about that.
Remember they went out to a bar or something and she was like flirting with another guy. So he started recording it. Cause he's like, I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, she did this and I don't have no proof. And then he was talking she was talking so nasty to him in the recording.
She wilded out.
Yeah, she definitely did. She disrespected his whole life. So yeah, I don't really like that. I mean, I guess for couples cam it works, but I don't like it in the element, like in the middle of the experiment. Sorry, doing it.
I like it on the honeymoon. That's about
yeah. It just,
even though some people are really against having a camera in their face first.
But let's talk about all the Karens on the internet. Don't they go crazy when you pull out the camera and start recording them even more? So, like, it's the same thing.
How they be acting there?
Ah. Y'all, we are bugging. I'm sorry.
It's late. I'm sorry, and we're in another state.
Yes, we got jet lag and everything. Yeah. We jacked up.
Sorry for bringing you the late episode, but we brought it. We brought
it.
Anything else you want to discuss about Hurricane K?
I can't.
She's
wild, boy.
I was just, again, we tried not to talk about it too much last episode, but we finally get to see the moment we've all been waiting for. The hurricane in full effect. The storming and the stomping and the pushing and knocking stuff up. Like all that, door slamming.
It was wild.
It was so good.
It was wild, babe.
It was wild. But I'm just very disappointed. Again, Zach says that if you watch Unfiltered, Zach says the same thing every single time as well. Like, yo, she knows what to say. She knows what she's doing. She just is really, and as we saw in the most petty award, she's very proud of being a hurricane, and that's not good. You shouldn't be like that.
Yeah, nobody wants that.
Shouldn't be like that.
I think that another thing, well, I've come to the conclusion that for me, when people react like stuff, like have physical temper tantrums as an adult, to me, it spells I was never held accountable as a child. So, like, she probably would get whatever she wants. She's the youngest.
I was going to say, she
probably got whatever she wants.
Very possible.
And her parents or whoever never told her no, or if they did tell her no, they allowed her to exhibit that behavior, and nobody ever held her accountable. Right. So when Zach is like, all right, you said for me to go, I'm taking you at your word, and I'm out. That's a form of holding her accountable for her words and her actions, and she doesn't like it. So
she doesn't like it one bit.
It's sad.
Anything else about Hurricane K or any of the couples that we might have missed?
I love that Bao was consoling her and, trying to give her advice so she could take her man, but that's not there nor there.
Oh yeah. I really did. What did she say at one point? She said, honestly, I think your egos are in the way.
That was so valid, though.
I was like, ooh.
That was so valid when she said that. You
really trying to take her man. Like, there's no reason.
Vince is trash. No, I think that's valid because I think that a lot of people that are constantly arguing, it's about ego. Like, oh, you disrespected me. Yeah. Oh, you disrespected me. And it's just back and forth in a cycle. If you can't ever break it to communicate and be like, it's not about being right. It's about resolving. Yes, love.
Oh my God, yes.
Resolving.
Yes.
Because I don't want to watch TV where people are just fighting about the same stuff over and over. It's annoying.
Big facts. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I left out about this episode. In the guys' chat, Johnny realized he was more emotional than he thought. I thought that was pretty interesting. Zach said, I think we touched on this already. Zach said to Ryan at one point, how is you not sleeping in the same bed at home different than her not sleeping with you here?
Yeah, that was on point.
That was good. That was good. And I'm at that point. He was like, "Oh, I guess like what is wrong with y'all? What is wrong with y'all?" Gil made a joke about Mirla sleeping like the Jordan symbol. I just wrote that down for some reason. I thought that was funny.
He said, "I wake up and go to sleep in the same position."
And just to give my guy Zach some more credit, in this scene right here, I really appreciate. One, again, Crystal for holding her back. Thank you for getting that.
Shout out to Crystal.
I wonder.
I'm pretty sure Crystal was the same producer that was holding Brandon back when he was going bananas.
Work. Crystal putting work out here.
Shout out Crystal, the producer.
Crystal, I hope they paying for your gym
right
or something, Crystal. We appreciate you. Stay safe out there in these streets, all right? In whatever streets you in. Again, shout out to the producers. At one point, she said, Michaela was like, I never said I was riding home with you. Never. He was like, you just said that 10 minutes ago. And then they did
they rewinded.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful.
I was like, she def said she would ride home with her.
So when the producers are not on your side and they're also trying to take the time, you're doing the best job at making yourself look crazy.
Yeah.
So they're also like, nah, we gonna make you look bad because you definitely just said that 10 minutes ago. So it's rough. Sorry, Michaela.
I feel like Zach is still, the thing for me is, Zach is still trying to be respectful. Like he wasn't even trying to leave her ass out. He was like, no, I'm definitely gonna give you a ride. But I feel like she just escalate, calling the sister. Zachary is having a problem. It reminded me of a black parent calling their friend talking about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Was it Shireen or something like that? What was her sister's name?
Sharifa or something.
Sharifa. Yeah.
I don't know, but I did not like that. Why would I call my sister? Yes, Vincent is having a problem. Like, what? As a sister, I'm going to be like, sis, figure it out and hang up the phone. Like, is it emergency? Are you dying? Because it wasn't making sense to me.
Yeah, and who's Vincent anyway?
Who is Vincent?
Exactly. But, that's all I got. Nice episode. I'm finally happy that we got to, one, see them on a retreat together, and two, finally get this big blow up out the way so they could go back to whatever they was doing before decision day is coming.
We forgot to talk about Johnny.
How many weeks? We touched on Johnny, but what else you want to say?
Decision day should only be in like 2 or maybe 2 weeks.
Maybe. They're gonna.
Johnny said his goal was to spend the least amount of time with his wife that whole time.
He did say that at one point. That was trash.
He's trash. He's big trash.
And did a good job at it, I guess.
But then was excited because she was like in like Bal's adventure. So she was like, oh, I'm gonna try this. She was shooting the stuff with Ryan. He was in his little Trump element, but that's neither here nor there. And
I ain't seen him.
He was like, oh, I love that she just, is so open and willing to try new and fun things. I'm like, you're the party pooper, not her.
Yep.
Bao is giving 1,000%. Shout out to you, Bao. Hope you find love.
Bao giving that thou wow. Let her show up in that cheerleader outfit again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? All right. Yeah, Johnny. Once again, just because I still have it here, Johnny. Oh no, where's my trash man? I thought I had my trash man. Trash man, where'd you go? Anywho.
No trash man.
Let's talk about these ratings real quick, folks.
All right, let's do it quickly.
Thank you to everybody. Want to say shout out to all of our new subscribers. We appreciate you for being down with us and hanging out with the JasVynce show. For everybody that is new here, because some people were asking about our ratings in the comments recently. Thank you for that as well. Thank you for watching this far. We rate every couple up until decision day.
Yes.
Obviously, no couple gets a 10. No couple deserves a 10 until
decision day.
Decision day, and they both say yes, of course. And we rate them 1 through 10 or 9, I guess in this case. Just how we feel about them in general and how we feel about the health and love going on.
Yes, the health and the love
in their relationship. Let's start with Rachel and Jose this time.
They off of my radar, so they doing pretty decent in my head.
Where y'all been at?
What did they have last week?
Last week we gave them a 5 because I guess they weren't consistent 5s the last few weeks actually.
I'm gonna give them a 6.
6?
I think they doing pretty decent compared to everybody else, especially.
I
feel like they most likely to say yes on decision day though.
Oh, look at that!
I feel like there's more positives than negatives with them.
Positive and negative in the superlative. I appreciate it. All right, let's talk about good old Michaela and Zach. Negative 0. Y'all are wilding right now. And again, it's not even all Zach, obviously. But
Zach is doing. He's putting a little razzle dazzle, little things. I'm just gonna move out since we're not sleeping in the same bed. Okay, little razzle dazzle,
little Salt Bay.
Yeah,
I like it. Bao and Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're also definitely done, right? Are they also? I can't decide who was worse.
You know what?
Michaela had the biggest blow up.
I think that Johnny's gonna end up liking Bao, and Bao gonna be like, peace.
Of course.
Seen it happen many times on Married at First Sight.
They get a -0, just 1 0.
Oh, okay. But 0 is infinite, so it's not really negative. It will have to be like a -1 or.
Fine. Go there.
I'm
all right, -1. So is -0, 0, 0 less
than negative? That's not a number.
All right, you said 19, so that was a random ass number.
-19.
I will go with -19 for Michaela and Zach right now.
You.
All right, Bao. I will say I do want to put this out there that I feel like even though Michaela acted up more, Johnny was more trash. Like as a whole, I feel like
he didn't say nothing positive this whole time.
Not one thing.
I realized that the best time it looked like he was having was when he was talking to Ryan about how much they don't like their wives.
So trash.
Or they don't like something about their wives.
So trash. And guys, don't do that.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Brett and Ryan. Yo, these couples.
We about to be giving out zeros.
Yo, these couples look bad. I'm trying to remember what other season it was just really like, yo, none of them is gonna make it.
Was it last season?
The one with Iris?
Was last season? No, that was a good season.
Was it?
You had Deanna and Greg, babe.
Okay, that's them.
And you got Crazy Beth and Jamie.
They barely made it.
They still together.
I know, but they barely
They've
made
been
it.
everywhere.
Caucasian sex.
Not Caucasian sex.
Anywho, basic Caucasian sex.
Yeah.
Brett and Ryan are receiving also a -0.5.
Sure.
Just a little bit less.
We just don't care about these ratings somewhere, huh?
All right. No. We gotta show some respect. For the #1 couple.
Yes.
On this show.
Yes.
Praise them.
The JasVynce show. We're the #1 couple on the show. Thanks for coming.
You know what I'm saying? Let's talk about Girla for a second. What does Girla deserve?
What did I give them last time?
Last week they received a 9, which is their highest score.
Wow. They still get a 9.
They're killing the game.
Because they don't really have any beef, and most of the beef is like the little bit of negativity, and he's communicating so well, and she's receiving it so well.
Agreed. How you not enjoy a horse ride, though? A lot of people don't.
Didn't you see that thing I sent you on Instagram earlier?
You did. Anywho.
Yeah.
Anywho, that completes our ratings. Please let us know how you feel about these couples in the chat. If our -1 or -0.5 was too generous, please feel free to let us know how you feel on a scale of 1 to 10. about these couples. Always, of course, make sure that you
like, comment, and subscribe.
Of course, and follow us at The Jasmyne Show on Instagram and Twitter, where Jasmyne is going to be tweeting live. And tweets been hitting the last few weeks. I gotta say,
my tweets been
we got
fire flame.
Dr. Viviana liking tweets. We got Married at First Sight retweeting and liking. We got Ice-T liking because he used a random gif of Ice-T that I thought was hilarious. We having a good time out here.
Yeah.
Please make sure you follow us. People, thank you for watching this. Please make sure you hit that like button, that subscribe button again. Leave us some comments so we can respond to you. Thank you for watching the video this whole time. It has been a brand new episode of The Jasmyne Show. Peace, y'all.